Good evening, basketball fans. You are looking live at Wayne City High School in Wayne City, Illinois. Tonight, it's Midland Trail Conference basketball action and a battle for first place between the Woodlawn Cardinals and the hometown Wayne City Indians. I'm Randy Olson, joined courtside here by Billy Rockett. Billy, hey, good to have you along.
Hey, thanks for having me.
This ought to be a good time tonight. You know, this is kind of new for you, kind of seeing basketball from this perspective because you were a basketball official for many, many years.
I did it for 18 years.
18 years.
You don't have to run doing it this way. I can still stay in the game, have fun, and I don't have to run.
All right. Well, that's great. Well, we're glad that you're with us here tonight, and we're glad that all of you are with us watching tonight here live on AreaSports.net. A good matchup tonight, Billy. We got the Woodlawn Cardinals 17-7 overall. They're 7-0 in the Midland Trail against the Wayne City Indians, 17-4 overall and 4-1 in the Midland Trail Conference. Hey, something's got to give tonight.
Somebody do. First place is on the line. I think Wayne City's only loss was to Weber Township.
In conference play, right?
Yeah, and I used to referee with Coach Brad Beatty. Brad's a good boy, and he's got them Weber Trojans. They've been playing good ball.
Yeah, you know what? They have been. They've been playing real good basketball.
Yeah, he told me one time, a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that, he told them the first year, he said, just believe in me. And they said they did, and they had good years.
No, they've been doing really, really well. Tonight, we got two teams that have actually played each other once. They played for the championship in the Midland Trail Conference tournament a couple of weeks ago, a game that was won by the Woodlawn Cardinals 50-33, but the Indians were without Travis Dickey that night and had very limited playing time by their point guard, Jaziel O'Neal, who had a severely sprained ankle. So they've got their full complement of players back tonight, and so it'll be an interesting matchup tonight between the Indians and the Cardinals as both teams appear to be at full strength.
Yeah, Wayne City's going to be tough. They've been beating these 2A teams. You know, you and I have been watching. They beat Fairfield, Johnson City, and Edwards County. So when you start beating them 2A teams like that, everybody else better watch out for you.
Yeah, that's some quality wins. They beat Flora 44-38. They beat Fairfield 54-46. They beat Johnson City 59-41. They beat Edwards County 44-30, and they also got a quality win over Gallatin County this year. So it's been a good season for first-year coach Jeff Morris. Pretty amazing to come in as your first-year coach, and with all the guys that graduated off the team last year, he's still able to go 17-4 up to this point.
Yeah, and you know, I read where he come from. He was a coach at Fairfield Colts.
Yeah,
is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, I used to referee a lot over. We knew some of them guys, and we refereed at the start of the season, you know, to get our minds into it if we had any mechanical or adjustments or any rules adjustments, you know.
Right.
And Fairfield Colts has always had a pretty good history of good basketball over there.
Well, they had an incredible season last year under Coach Morris. They went 28-0, a perfect undefeated season, the first one in school history as the Colts captured the Class M state title down at Rend Lake College last year. So those boys that he coached last year are now freshmen this year at Fairfield. And so, you know, that bodes well for the basketball program at Fairfield. But Jeff came over here to take the reins at Wayne City. I think there's a lot of people, if you would ask people around town seriously what they thought that the Indians would be this year, I don't know that you can find anybody in this community who would tell you that they believed that Wayne City would be 17-4 at this juncture of the season. I just don't think anybody thought that. But he's done a great job with them.
He has. I've been reading a lot of write-ups on it. This is going to be the first time that I've watched either team play. And
well, the thing that you will notice about Wayne City is that they like to play a trapping zone, a 1-2-2 full-court trapping zone, then they drop back into a half-court zone. The Woodlawn Cardinals, by contrast, are a very young team this year, and I think that there are some Woodlawn fans that would probably tell you that, well, maybe it might be, maybe a little rebuilding or something this year for Woodlawn. Well, that's not been the case, despite the fact that they're playing a couple of sophomores and a freshman and really only have one senior on the roster. Coach Brian Gamber, in his second year at the helm of the Cardinals, has done a great job, and he's got them at 7-0 in the conference and 17-7 overall. And, of course, last year in his first season, they reached the Super Sectional.
Yeah, Woodlawn's one of them. They're one of them type of programs that I think they're like Pinckneyville. They don't rebuild, they reload.
Oh, I agree with you. Absolutely. I agree with you. Let's take a look at what Woodlawn's done so far this year. I'll tell you what, we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back and take a look at what Woodlawn's done this year. This is Midland Trail Conference basketball live on AreaSports.net.
The old saying goes, nothing beats free. People's National Bank agrees. Free checking is just that, free. You get free paper statements. Your first box of checks are free. Unlimited check writing plus free access to over 25,000 ATMs nationwide with the MoneyPass network. If you like free, and we think you do, stop by People's National Bank today and open your free checking with only $100. People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois farmers and businesses since 1909. Member FDIC.
Fix my eyes on you, on you.
Are you going out of town for a vacation or a weekend getaway? What are you going to do with your dog? That's easy. There's Jaggers Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon. Jaggers Doggy Daycare is your one-stop shop for overnight dog boarding, doggy daycare, as well as dog grooming and obedience dog training. It's your dog's home away from home. They will thrive and they'll get one-on-one attention by a great staff. More information is available on the web at jaggersdoggydaycare.com. Jaggers Doggy Daycare, 414 Main Street in Mount Vernon.
Hey, welcome back to Wayne City High School. Speaking of dogs, how's Wrigley and Addison doing?
Wrigley and Addison's doing pretty good. They don't stay out much, though, when it's cold like that.
Yeah.
They run out and do their business and sniff around a little bit, and then they're ready to head to the door.
Are they with Mama tonight?
They're with Mama tonight.
Okay.
They're all in the recliner. She just texted me and said she's listening.
All right. They're watching it, huh?
Yeah.
So Wrigley and Addison are watching tonight. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, good deal. All right, Woodlawn Cardinals. They beat Wayne City, as we said, in the championship of the Midland Trail Conference tournament a few weeks ago, 50-33. But again, the Indians were without Dickey that night, and really O'Neill didn't play much either because he had the sprained ankle. Woodlawn also placed fourth earlier in the season at the Cesar-Valliere Holiday Tournament, and they recently avenged an earlier loss to Cesar-Valliere by beating them in overtime recently, Billy, by a score of 46-43. Woodlawn also has a quality win over Flora this year, 54-42. So both of these teams we're seeing tonight, both of these 1A schools have beaten 2A Flora.
Oh, I know it. I was looking through past scores today, and I'm like, gee whiz. They could play in a 2A class, you know.
Yeah. As far as what happened the first two times these teams played in the championship Midland Trail Conference tournament, Woodlawn was led by Blake Fuchs, who had 18 points, and Blake McKay had 16. So Blake and Blake were the offensive show for the Cardinals in that one, as they hit 6 3-pointers in the game against Wayne City the first time. For the Indians that night, they were led by Jackson King with 13, and he was the only player that was in double figures. One thing that Wayne City did not do very good against them the first time is Wayne City was very cold from behind the arc. They hit only 2 out of 14 shots from behind the arc the first two times these teams played.
You know, a game like that will just kill you. Danny and I did the second game. We did the 3 morning games down to Rich Heron shootout, and Goreville played, and I think they shot 28% for the whole game.
Wow.
They just couldn't throw it in the ocean. And
isn't that something?
Yes, and it was just one of them deals where, like, you can't make adjustments at halftime because you're getting your shots off, you know.
We are going to have the playing of our national anthem here in just a moment, so we are going to step aside and hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the play-by-play and the starting lineups in just a moment.
Fairfield Memorial Hospital is happy to announce the expansion of Horizon Healthcare to the community of Sisney. The office located on the Sisney Square opens in early 2018. It will offer a wide variety of health services by a dedicated staff who were carefully chosen for the care they are able to offer the citizens of Sisney and northern Wayne County. Among the health providers who will be seeing patients in Sisney are medical doctor Marla Laficus and certified nurse practitioner Sherry Mavis. Keep listening for details on the opening of Horizon Healthcare's Sisney Clinic in the coming days.
Welcome back to Wayne City High School. Randy Olson along with Billy Rockett. It's Midland Trail Conference basketball tonight. A battle for first place in the conference as the Woodlawn Cardinals and the Wayne City Indians ready to do battle. The Cardinals will be wearing their traveling red uniforms tonight, trimmed in the red, coached by Brian Gamber in his second year. And let's follow along with the public address announcer as we hear the starting lineups. Number 3 is Blake McKay. He's a 6'1 sophomore. He was outstanding last year as a freshman for the Cardinals, and he's really having a great season this year. Number 11 is Ray Srinsky, a 6'1 sophomore. Again, a young ball club this year.
Yes, especially at the guard position.
Number 20 is Jackson Bennett. He's a 6-foot junior. Number 21 is Chase Hollenkamp. He's a sophomore. And rounding out the starting 5 is Blake Fuchs. He's the lone senior on the squad for Coach Gamber. And so again, they'll go with McKay, Rinsky, Bennett, Hollenkamp, and Fuchs. And we'll let the Woodlawn cheerleaders do their opening cheer, and then we'll meet the Wayne City Indians. As far as the keys to the game, we asked Coach Gamber, what's the key to the game tonight? He says, well, we have to be able to handle their pressure. We must limit turnovers against the press, and then we must be patient against the Indian zone. We've got to attack the gaps and play inside out. Defensively, we feel we must contain O'Neal and King on the drives and challenge their perimeter shots from Dickey and Barbie. That is from Coach Gamber earlier today. And now let's meet the starting lineups for the Wayne City Indians. In the home whites tonight, trimmed in red. Number 12, Jackson King, 6'1 senior. He led them in scoring the first time these two teams met. Number 5 is Jaziel O'Neal. He is the point on the offense and the point on that zone trap. He's a 5'11 junior. Number 10 is Dalton Smith, 6'1 junior for the Indians. Number 13 is Dane Horton, a 6'1 junior.
3 straight juniors.
Yes, and then rounding out the starting 5 is Remington Henson. Henson wears number 30. So again, they'll go with King, Horton, O'Neal, Smith, and Henson. And we asked Coach Jeff Morris earlier today, what are the keys to the win tonight for Wayne City? And he says, well, the keys would be finding their shooters tonight and contesting them on the perimeter. We've got to do a better job of limiting Fuchs and McKay, who both scored in double figures against us the first time. Offensively, we've got to be more patient. We've got to take good shots tonight and limit our own turnovers. And we need to find points in transition tonight. Last time we played Woodlawn, I felt that they got every loose ball, and we need to out-scrap them tonight as well. Those from Coach Jeff Morris. Keys to the game tonight for the Indians. What do you think?
And that'll probably be a typical Wayne City Woodlawn showdown.
You know these officials, don't you?
Yes,
Since you used to be official yourself.
Yes, I know all 3 of them.
All right, tell us who they are.
Yep. Throwing the ball up is John Gray from Dahlgren. And the 2 umpires are Jeff Connor and Wesley Warren.
All right, we are ready for Midland Trail Conference basketball action. Glad you're with us here live on AreaSports.net. You can follow us on Twitter at Area Sports, and send us a message. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for tonight as Woodlawn controls the ball first in the front court. As McKay has it out there. Again, he's a sharpshooter from outside. They'll skip pass it over to him, and he'll put up the 3 ball, and there it is. Right on cue. Blake McKay, the young sophomore, tickles the twine behind the line, and we're at 3-0 in first possession now for Wayne City. They'll come to King. King looks inside to Henson, has it slapped away, and it goes out of bounds, and it's off Wayne City. It's going to be Woodlawn ball.
So I couldn't tell if that went off at number 3 or not.
It was hard for me to see, too.
Thought McKay might have hit it.
Here comes that zone trap that a lot of teams have had problems solving this year against Wayne City. They're very good at this trap. Let's see how Woodlawn handles it. McKay picks up his dribble, now comes over to Hollenkamp. Back to McKay. Now they give it up to Bennett. Back to McKay. Looking over that zone. Try to go inside to Rinsky. Back out to McKay for 3. No good. Rebound by Horton for Wayne City. He'll clear it out to O'Neal. O'Neal transferred into Wayne City this year. First year with the program, and he's been a nice addition for basketball here at Wayne City. Henson has it out front to O'Neal. Now to Jackson King. Goes inside to Henson. It's slapped around and stolen away by Woodlawn. Good interior defense again.
Two turnovers by Wayne City.
Coming away with it is McKay. He'll fire up another three. Boy, he's hot. He's hot. 2 out of 3. 6-0. They're going to have to contest that shot if you're an Indians fan. O'Neal in the corner. Now comes back out to Smith. Shot up no good. Rebound Henson. To Horton. To King. Top of the key O'Neal. Goes inside to Henson again and tries to get it back to O'Neal, and there's another steal by Woodlawn. They're very good at jumping in those passing lanes. Layup is missed. Rebound O'Neal. Back the other way for Wayne City. In transition, dishes it down to Horton. Shot up, no good. Missed the bunny. Sure, he'd love to have that one back, and now it's Woodlawn on the attack. Down to Rinsky. His shot is off, no good, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound going to go against the Cardinals. Boy, when you miss those bunnies like that, it'll make you pull your hair out.
Yes,
Coaches will pull their hair out on that one. 5:23 here left in the opening quarter at 6-0 Woodlawn, courtesy of 2 3-pointers by Blake McKay, the young sophomore. Keep saying young, but you know he's got a lot of varsity experience because he played so much last year as a freshman. Shot by King is no good. Goes out of bounds. Going to belong to Woodlawn.
That 3-point line's taken away a lot of the mid-range jumpers.
It has. That's kind of a lost art, those mid-range jumpers just inside the arc. Little 15 and 17 footers. You just don't see much of those anymore. Yeah.
I seen Darius Bean from Carbondale the other night. He put up a couple of them, and I thought, man, that's pretty. You know?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you just don't see too much of him. Boy, Bean's a special player, isn't he?
Yeah,
for Carbondale.
he is.
He just kind of took over in that overtime against Mount Vernon the other night.
Yep, the overtime was his.
Yeah, but the Rams gave him a heck of a game. All right, Woodlawn with it. Hollenkamp out to Rinsky. Back to McKay. He'll come to Hollenkamp again. To Fuchs. Long shot from the perimeter is off, no good by Bennett. Battle for the board. And jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow is going to give it to Wayne City. Again, that was one of the keys to the game that Coach Morris talked about, was those 50-50 balls.
Yeah.
That Wayne City was going to have to do better on those 50-50 balls tonight.
Woodlawn's not afraid to throw that 3 up either.
Oh, no, they're not. They're not. They put up 23-point shots against Wayne City the first time they met and hit 6 of them. On the other hand, Wayne City was only 2 out of 14 from behind the arc the first time they played. Here's O'Neal. He lost it off his foot out of bounds. Another turnover. That 3?
4.
4.
Okay. 4 turnovers.
Yeah. Here comes the zone trap again. Bennett going to bring it up against Smith. Looks like they've switched to a man now. Wayne City doesn't play much man, but they are right now. Rinsky has it, and it's stolen away by Jackson King, ahead to Henson. Henson tries to tip it to O'Neal, but it's taken back. McKay has it, and we got a whistle and a foul.
On Henson.
What do you think of this gym? It's your first time in. It's a nice 1A
gym.
This is a
nice gym. Yes, it is.
Beautiful facility here at the new Wayne City High School. It's their second season in here. Here's Fuchs inside the lane. His shot is no good. Rebound McKay.
McKay's everywhere.
He is. He is involved in it.
Everywhere.
He is involved in it, isn't he? Inside and outside. Well, he plays so much bigger and more mature than your typical sophomore, that's for sure.
That foul was on Henson. That's his second one.
Well, that's not good for Wayne City fans. As the Italian Stallion comes into the game, Enrico Carbonetti. Carbonetti is pretty good at generating some offense for Wayne City, especially in the open court. We'll see what happens here as he's in the game replacing Hinson, who goes to the bench with 2 fouls. O'Neal brings it up after the made free throw by Woodlawn. It's 8-0. It's got a message from Danny saying that the Lady Foxes are winning their game 28-20 at half in the regional.
I texted him today and told him bring home a big W.
Here's a shot by O'Neal. It's in and out, off no good, and Wayne City's still not on the scoreboard. We're down to 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. It's 8-0 Woodlawn. As Hollenkamp has it. Over to Rinsky. Picks up his dribble. Now it goes in the corner to Hollenkamp again. As the Indians have switched to that man-to-man. There's a shot up, no good by McKay. A rebound out of there by the Indians, and Coach Jeff Moore is going to call timeout. Timeout on the court, and we will take timeout too back in 30 seconds here on AreaSports.net.
105.5 and 90.9 The Vine thanks Wibbles Repair and Sales in McLeansboro for their monthly underwriting support of local Christian radio. They repair small engines and ag equipment, and they sell small engine parts, including oil filters and belts. They have agriculture aftermarket parts, interstate batteries, big truck parts, and truck lighting. As Steel and Husqvarna dealers, they offer a wide variety of chainsaws, trimmers, and cut-off saws. Wibbles Repair and Sales in McLeansboro. Their phone number 618-648-2227. Open Monday through Friday, Saturdays till noon.
And welcome back here to Wayne City High School. Indians have the basketball, trailing at 8-0 coming out of the timeout. Jackson King with it. Over to Carbonetti, now to Smith, thinks about a shot. To O'Neal, now to King, he'll drive. Leaves it for Carbonetti. He takes it inside, and
Well, I thought he carried it. But
well, that was a little Euro step there.
Yeah,
Again, after all, he is the Italian stallion. 8-2. You're saying that was almost a travel?
Almost. That's what the other night Danny Anselman said. What do you mean almost? I said, well, they didn't blow the whistle.
Nice feed inside to Rinsky, and he scores off glass, and Woodlawn answers back. It's 10-2. Minute 39 left here in the opening quarter. Yeah, a little different perspective for you up here.
Yeah, it
as
is.
a former official.
Yeah, it is.
Watching from the broadcast booth.
Yeah, before being at 5'9", I was a lot of times the smallest person on the court in some of them games.
Can you understand now why sometimes we as broadcasters get a little frustrated at calls made or not made?
Yeah, you can see it up here better.
Yeah, sure. All right, top of the key. It's drilled by Jackson King, 10-5. And as poorly as Wayne City has shot here in the first quarter, they're only down by 5. Here's a drive inside. That shot is missed, no good by Bennett. And on the
Frustration
rebound.
foul there.
Yeah, foul on the rebound. Team fouls even apiece now at 2 apiece. Minute to go here in the opening quarter. Into the ball game for Wayne City, number 2. That is Nate Barbie, 5'8" junior. As O'Neal will bring it up. Leaves it for Carbonetti. Now to King, over to Barbie. Back to O'Neal. Horton to O'Neal. Barbie has it now. Back to Carbonetti to O'Neal, down to 29 seconds left. To Horton. Seem content to run it all the way down. They're not really attacking the basket at this point. O'Neal. To King. There's a cutter. That's Carbonetti. His shot's short. Rebound Woodlawn. 10 seconds left. Here comes McKay.
I'd say McKay probably won't give it up.
McKay against O'Neal. Puts up the shot and missed it. Good defense by O'Neal on that segment. And the horn sounds to end the first quarter. Our score is Woodlawn 10, Wayne City 5, and we'll be back with more action from Wayne City in 60 seconds here on AreaSports.net.
With 10 therapists and over 129 years of combined experience, the Therapy Services Department of Fairfield Memorial Hospital provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy for a broad variety of diagnoses.
We offer a balanced recovery program, cardiac and pulmonary rehab, and for our injured workers, industrial rehabilitation.
I'm so thankful I don't have to travel to receive therapy. It's right here at home.
Fairfield Memorial Hospital, excellence in community health care.
Underwriting on the Vine is provided by the Sports Zone in Fairfield, offering individualized classes and instruction in baseball, softball, basketball, as well as speed and agility. Membership includes unlimited use of both indoor and outdoor facilities. The Sports Zone is located at 204 West Delaware Street in Fairfield. The phone number is 599-5432, and you can find them on Facebook at the Sports Zone.
Welcome back to Wayne City High School. Randy Olson here along with Billy Rockett. Billy, your thoughts on that first quarter play?
Well, Wayne City needs to get more of the loose balls. Woodlawn's got the biggest part of them, and sometimes they've capitalized on them. The McKay kid, they're going to have to watch him. He has got a real good-looking shot. He's a ball player, and he was over the back.
He goes up for the shot there and gets his rebound, and then it's taken away from him by Carbonetti. Wayne City back the other way. And into the ball game, making his first appearance, is Travis Dickey. He did not play at all against Woodlawn the first time. Dickey, normally a starter, but still trying to get back in basketball shape after being out with a stress fracture for 3 weeks, Billy. It's hard to come back. Come back after 3 weeks.
It is. That's a long time.
You know, you can't get your wind. You can't get your legs. That basketball shape, it's tough.
Yep.
As a drive to the basket results in a foul here on the Cardinals. It is a non-shooting foul to be out of bounds to Wayne City. That foul is going to be charged to Blake Fuchs, his first. That's the third team foul on the Cardinals. Fuchs has been pretty quiet so far in this one. You know, he led them with 18 points the first time against Wayne City. Good quiet so far. I think he's put up one shot maybe. Indians have it. O'Neal to Dickey. To Barbie, who stays in there after coming off the bench. And that's a stolen by Woodlawn as McKay jumped in the passing lane and got a little bit of a collision down underneath the basket after that shot. And who'd they call that on? Let's see.
Horton. Dane Horton.
Yeah, that's going to be his first.
He hit hard, too.
Boy, he did, didn't he? At the line for Woodlawn, it's Jackson Bennett, 6-foot junior. He makes the first one. 11-5, Cardinals lead it. Again, they are 7-0 in conference play and trying to stay in first place. Wayne City wanting to get the win tonight to be in a virtual tie.
Now, they just play the one time in the conference?
Just one time in the conference.
One time in the conference.
Yeah. Carbonetti out to Barbie. Now around the horn it goes to Dickey, to King. Looking for a cutter against that Woodlawn defense. Dickey again out front and throws it away. He zigged when he should have zagged.
He sure did.
Yep, Carbonetti went one way and he threw the ball the other. Another turnover on the Indians.
That's 6 turnovers on Wayne City.
And again, that was one of the keys to the game that Coach Morris talked about.
The turnovers and loose balls.
Yeah, loose balls and turnovers. And so far, those have continued to be problems, and they find themselves on the short end of 11-5 score right now. Woodlawn with a basketball. Fuchs has it. Comes over to the left wing to Hollenkamp. Out top to Blake McKay. He takes it inside the paint, puts up the shot with a left hand and scores. Well, he can score inside on you. He can score and score outside on you and take you to the glass.
It's 10 points for McKay.
10 of their 13. It's 13-5. Here's a shot from O'Neal out front. That bounces high and over the backboard, out of bounds, and that's going to go back to Woodlawn. 5:46 to play here, opening half. And Wayne City going to stay in the man-to-man. They opened in that zone trap, but Woodlawn got them out of it. I think because of the shooting prowess of Blake McKay, they have decided to try to man up on him.
Yeah, he was in range when he got off the bus.
Oh, yeah. Here's Fuchs for three, and he's in range as well. Blake Fuchs with the 3 ball, and timeout by Coach Morris of Wayne City. 16-5 our score. Woodlawn with the 11-point lead, and we'll be back with more in 30 seconds here live on AreaSports.net.
The old saying goes, nothing beats free. People's National Bank agrees. Free checking is just that, free. You get free paper statements. Your first box of checks are free. Unlimited check writing plus free access to over 25,000 ATMs nationwide with the Money Pass Network. If you like free, and we think you do, stop by People's National Bank today and open your free checking with only $100. People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois farmers and businesses since 1909. Member FDIC.
Well, Billy, you said this is the first time you've had a chance to see their team play. You got to be impressed with the outside shooting of Woodlawn so far.
I am really impressed. The McKay kid is really impressing me.
They come out of the timeout, it'll be Wayne City basketball, down 16-5.
Sure, Coach Morris had to waste that timeout, but there's still 5:22 to go in the game, and he don't get no TV timeouts.
That's right. We don't do that here.
Maybe we give him an AreaSports.net timeout.
Maybe so. Yeah, we'll have to work on that. All right, here's Barbie with the ball on the right wing for Wayne City, out to Dickey. To O'Neal. Woodlawn again stays in their man-to-man as Indians trying to run some motion offense here. Barbie backs it out, comes back to Dickey. To O'Neal. O'Neal takes it inside the paint and missed the bunny. Another blown layup there by the Indians. There's a shot from the corner by Fuchs. It's no good. Rebound underneath. And knocked around and goes out of bounds. The rebound was by Hunter England. He's one of the England freshman twins that's in the game. 5'11" freshman, number 10, Hunter England. What'd you say about reloading?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when I was officiating, we had twins one time. I told one of my buddies, I said, boy, I'm glad they got numbers on.
You couldn't tell them apart.
No.
Huh? Well, maybe after a while, Hayden England will be out there at the same time with Hunter, and you'll see if you can tell them apart other than their numbers, all right? Here's Dalton Smith for a long shot. It's no good. Saved from going out of bounds by Barbie, but right in the hands of Woodlawn. Back the other way with it. They lead it by 11. Here's Fuchs. Giving it up to Bennett, and then it goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover on Woodlawn. It'll go back to the Indians. 4:06 to play in the first half.
If he had cut on that, he'd been wide open, too.
So you said you refereed when there was twins. Did you ever have a situation with triplets?
No, I don't think so. Just twins.
Never had that. All right.
I told Bill one time, I said, I'm going to get a magic marker and go by and just put that on his arm in case one of them gets in foul trouble. They don't switch jerseys on me.
Otherwise, you wouldn't know it, would you?
No, I wouldn't have a clue.
That's hilarious. Carbonetti dials long distance for the Indians. Makes it 16-8. 3:35 to go here in the first half. Carbonetti, a transfer student from Italy for Wayne City. And another long bomb three for the Cardinals. Jackson Bennett answers back.
That's their 4-3.
19-8. And here's a reach-in foul as trying to take it to the rack was Jackson King. She's fouled by the Cardinals. That'll be their 4 team fouls or 5?
4.
That's
Ryansky's, how you say that?
Race Rinsky.
Rinsky.
Yeah.
That's his second.
Here's O'Neal in for the layup. He scores. 19-10. 3:09 left here in the first half. Cardinals with the lead and the basketball. Bennett over to England. Back to Bennett. Almost taken away there by Smith.
The defense let him have his dribble back. He'd give up his dribble.
Fuchs gives it out now to McKay. This matchup between McKay and O'Neal is kind of fun to watch, isn't it? They're going after it. Both of them equally quick into the ball game for Woodlawn. is Chase Hollenkamp back in, and also Hayden England. So you do have Hayden and Hunter both out there right now.
The
freshman twins.
That one.
And he buries it. Jackson Bennett.
His second tray.
22-10. Woodlawn living large from the outside, and there's a steal. Jumping into the passing lane again, Blake McKay. What'd you say about him being everywhere?
He is. He's all over the court.
He is.
Good Lord.
He is leading them in a lot of categories. And there's a three bomb again, right on cue. Blake McKay.
I'm going to close my eyes tonight and see a white three there in my mind.
25-10, Woodlawn by 15. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Nice drive.
Drive to the basket. Nice drive to the basket. Shot up and in by Dalton Smith. Smith got it to fall and then drew the foul. And he'll go to the line for the and one.
He's got to get the three the old-fashioned way.
And that foul was on Blake Fuchs. That'll be his second. That's a 15th foul on Woodlawn. Coming up halftime, we'll check scores for you, and we'll have some stats for you as well. Going to tell you about an area football coach that resigned today. This may surprise some of you. Very prominent area high school football coach. Called it quits today. Shot up, no good. By Bennett. But it's going to stay with the Cardinals. And we got timeout, this time called by Woodlawn. We'll be back with more in 30 seconds.
Fix my eyes on you. On you.
What do you think? We may need to put you up by the stage for that skillet show, huh, Billy?
I may have to, yeah.
We're an American band. Here's a lob into Fuchs.
If not, I'll just walk to the stage.
That's what you did the other night. Fuchs had the ball and a little reach-in foul there on Wayne City.
You know, just talking about these new gyms.
Uh-huh.
Back when I was officiating, when Flora Junior High got their new gym.
Yeah.
Bill and I did the first game in it.
The very first one.
When North City Omaha got their new gym, Jack Johnson called us, said, I want you guys to do the very first game. So we did it. I don't remember who won now. This lady comes up to us after we got out of the shower and wanted our autograph.
You're kidding me.
I looked at her and I'm like, are you
me.
serious? You know, and what she did is she had a basketball and she got all the coaches and the team's autographs on that from both teams and
How
the
about
referee's
that?
autograph for it being the first game.
How about that? Well, that was an honor then, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. I'm like, are you sure I heard you right?
Did you sign your real name or somebody else's name?
No, I signed the real
Did
name.
you? Okay. All right, just checking. Here's Carbonetti with it for the Indians. Little give to Jackson King, back to Carbonetti. Tip up, no good. Rebound Woodlawn. Indians not shooting very good here in the first half.
Was
They
a
missed
good
a lot
play
of
if they
bunnies.
could've finished it.
Yeah, they just have missed a lot
Very
of
good
bunnies.
play.
Under a minute to play here. Woodlawn holding on to a 25-12 lead, as they have led from the get-go here. Forced a lot of Wayne City turnovers and took advantage of some cold shooting by the Indians as well. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have been hot. Fuchs has it out front with 33 seconds left, and I think they're just going to run it down. Hollenkamp to Hayden England. Over to his twin brother. Now to Jackson Bennett, I should say. Bennett's got it. Indians stay in the man with 15 seconds left here in the half. And that's almost stolen by King, and then a collision and a foul is going to be called. And that's going to go against Jackson King. That'll be his second. Out of bounds to the Cardinals with 10 seconds left here in the half.
after having that for 40 seconds, they about give it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
they
just did.
Just did. I seen that coming.
Tried to backdoor cut, but he didn't run backdoor, did he? Backdoor was closed. 6 seconds left. Wayne City with plenty of time to get down and get a shot off. Especially when you got somebody with the speed of O'Neal. They inbounded to him, and here goes Jazell.
It's going to be I thought it might be a one-man band.
In the corner, Dickey for three. It's in and out, no good. That's the end of the first half. Our score, the Woodlawn Cardinals 25 and the Wayne City Indians 12. We'll come back and take a look at the first half stats and talk about some other games in the area and give you some scores. And again, I'm going to tell you about an area high school football coach that has resigned today, a prominent football coach. That and more coming up here on our halftime show live on AreaSports.net. Be back in just a few.
Today's broadcast is made possible through the generosity of the Man Cave in downtown Fairfield. Have you been to the Man Cave with Gene Kolak? Lots of stuff for men, including knives, guns, photographs, coins, lots of collectibles, oddities, and conversation pieces. You can spend hours in the Man Cave, downtown Fairfield. Gene Kolak invites you to visit the Man Cave, a unique store with so much more. We appreciate his support. Jaggers Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon provides professional dog obedience training, featuring our certified trainer, Ken Fritz. Ken has over 35 years' experience training dogs of all sizes and breeds. Watch as he works with this German Shepherd to understand and follow his commands of stay, wait, come, sit, and down. Now let's watch the same sequence with this dog from another camera angle. This one's a little bit closer to where you can watch Ken. And as you see the dog come in the picture, you'll notice how it will stop and sit on command when approaching Ken, and then go down when given the down command. If you'd like more information about dog obedience training at Jaggers Doggy Daycare, call us for a free consultation at 316-7021. And find us on the web at jaggersdoggydaycare.com. Welcome back to Wayne City High School. Randy Olson here along with Billy Rockett. And something else real quick about Jaggers Doggy Daycare. They now offer cat grooming. How about that?
Cat grooming.
Cat grooming,
wow.
yeah. Cat grooming.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
It's not Connie doing it though. I mean,
not Connie.
You know, she's not about to.
She just needs to sit in there. And, yeah, we have a hard time going in there and leaving ours. You know, I'm like, all right, we'll be done with them in an hour or whatever. And next thing I know, Patty and I sat in there and talked to Connie long enough to where they're coming out the side door and they're done.
Yeah, cat grooming now available, and also Sunday grooming available for dogs or cats. So if you can't get in Monday through Saturday, there's Sunday grooming now available as well at Jaggers Doggy Daycare. Well, your impressions of the first half here with Woodlawn leading at 25-12, Billy?
Well, I know both teams are going to have to make some adjustments at halftime. Wayne City's going to have to make quite a few of them. But, you know, at one time the turnovers was 5 or 6 to nothing, and they're 7 to 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Woodlawn, but you know, some of them turnovers, though, Wayne City just couldn't get the ball in the bucket.
Yeah, they missed a lot of bunnies, didn't they?
They did.
Half.
You know, hit the underneath of the rim or something like that. And Wayne City in the second half, they need to be a little bit more scrappier. They're not getting the loose balls.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like that Woodlawn's coming up with all the loose balls.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not, it turns into a foul.
Yeah.
You know.
Who's leading Woodlawn in scoring there at halftime?
We've
got that
Blake McKay. He's got 12.
Not surprising.
I know. Runsky, is that right?
Yeah, Rinsky.
Rinsky.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2. And Jackson Bennett has 7. and Lake Fuchs has got 3. They've got 6 trays. For Wayne City, O'Neill with 2, Jackson King with 3, Dalton Smith with 2, and Carbonetti.
Yes, the Italian stallion.
He's got 5. He's got a tray and a field goal.
Anybody in any serious foul trouble? I know there's some guys with 2.
Rensky's got 2. Fuchs has got 2 for Woodlawn. And Jackson King and Henson has 2 for Wayne City.
All right. Well, we just learned a short time ago that head football coach Dan Mings of the Johnson City Indians has stepped down.
Oh, I hadn't heard that one.
He has stepped down as head football coach of the Johnson City Indians after 7 seasons there. And, of course, he spent, something like 9 or 10 seasons at Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
And, of course, had a great run at Mount Vernon and a good run at Johnson City as well. But he has stepped down as head football coach at Johnson City, and assuming that he will remain on staff there. Which brings up an interesting point. It's getting to be tougher and tougher for coaches at the varsity level in any sport, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, whatever it is. It's going to be harder and harder for coaches to stick around and put in long tenures because of our society today.
Oh, I know.
Would you agree?
Yeah, it's something else. My dad and I was talking about a kid one time. I said, "How come he ain't playing?" He said, "Well, he got his driver's license. His dad bought a car." I'm like, back when I got 16, you bought me a car. I still had to do,
Yeah, you still had chores to do, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and not only that.
That's just something else in the driveway.
Yeah. Not only that, the lack of work ethic, I think, among the kids.
It's way different.
It's just a situation with parents. I mean, you come to a game, and we hear it. I mean, we hear it here from the broadcast booth. I mean, I know when you officiated, you obviously had people yelling at you. You had people disagreeing with calls and that sort of thing. But certainly it wasn't to the degree as what it is today. I mean, the abuse that the officials have to take today, I think is far worse than it's ever been. And now the abuse that the coaches take from the parents has gotten to be so difficult that coaches are like, well, what the heck? Why should I even do this anymore? I mean, the stipend that you're paying me to coach varsity football or varsity basketball or varsity baseball, whatever it is, it's just not worth it anymore.
No, it's not. And I've been talking to a bunch of officials that when I was, and I don't know how many over the summer I'd run into, at least a half a dozen, they'd all got out.
Yeah.
And before, when I'd go to a game, I'd say, well, that's so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Now I go there and I'm like, Billy, you know any of them? Nope.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why you're seeing more and more young coaches, too, because a lot of the older guys are getting out because they just had enough.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see more and more turnover of coaches all the time just because of the way society is. Got some scorers from around the area. I know you probably got some there too, Danny. I know Teotopos has beaten St. Anthony tonight 50-25. Sisney leads Norris City after 3 quarters, 42-35. Chester leads Christopher 33-25. Anything else that you got there score-wise?
Goreville 21, Ziegler-Rolton 4 to end a 1.
Breeze Mater Dei has beaten Sparta tonight 66-22. Seems like an odd matchup. Breeze Mater Dei against Sparta. Surprised they actually played each other. Goreville leads Ziegler-Rolton after 1 quarter, 21-4. A lot of the games were stepped up earlier tonight because of the impending weather. We're kind of on the line and not knowing for sure what we're going to get weather-wise. And last we heard, the Lady Foxes were winning 28-20. Hamilton County Lady Foxes in their regional game over at DuQuoin. The Nashville Hornets lead Belleville Althoff in their regional game tonight, 39-27.
You know, they said that line today on that weather was I-64.
Yeah.
Well, part of I-64 is south of my house and part of it's north of my house.
So what's that mean for you, then?
I don't know. I guess when I wake up in the morning, I'll find out.
So how do Wrigley and Addison like snow?
Wrigley loves it.
Really?
Yeah, the deeper the better.
Really?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, we had about, I don't know, a foot or whatever. Yeah, I've got videos on my phone where he would go underneath it, completely tunneled underneath it. All you can see is the top of his back.
I thought he was going to get high-centered on it or something, but he doesn't mind it.
No, he don't mind it.
He just kind of tunnels in.
He does. He loves it.
Wow.
And if it comes a little dusty, he'll go out and run around in it and then look at me like, why didn't it snow more? Addison, she don't care for it all. She's going into the house by the fire.
That's interesting. You got to love it. Yeah, we love our dogs. Yep.
Yeah, we have that. When I'm on with Danny on the foxesfans.net, we have that one Jaggers Doggy Daycare about the two of them talking together.
Yep, right.
And we laugh. Every time that comes on, we laugh.
But we can play that one after a while, so everybody at home can see the dogs talking to each other. Yeah, we got that. All right, second half action about to get underway as both teams have been called back to their respective benches. Woodlawn's actually already out on the floor. They're waiting for the Indians to break huddle. See what kind of adjustments that both teams make.
Yeah, because, you know, to me, the third quarter can always be that dreaded quarter. Are they going to come out of the locker room and be ready to play, or sometimes the third quarter is just a jinx on some teams?
I think a lot of games are won and lost in the first couple of minutes of a third quarter, certainly. Here's a backdoor cut. Jackson King on the feed from O'Neill, and there's another missed opportunity inside for the Indians. Another blown layup. Back the other way. Here's McKay on the layup. He missed it. O'Neill comes out on the dribble for the Indians. Wants to push it up. Now it comes to Smith. He'll stop, pop a three, and got it. Dalton Smith got his feet set, shoulders squared, and stroked it. 25-15. Back to a 10-point game. Cardinals with the ball again.
It just takes 2 or 3 trips like that, and Wayne City's back in it, and we got a ball game. Well,
just like that, it's Blake McKay.
Yeah. That is if McKay's on the bench, I guess.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he doesn't need much space to get open and shoot either, does he? He's got a nice quick release. And he's 6'1", which makes it hard to get a hand in his face, really. 28-15. Definitely one of the better sophomores that you'll see in the area. Here's Remington Henson inside, and he's fouled as he tries to pivot inside.
Nice turnaround with him.
Henson did not score at all against Woodlawn the first time they played, and I think he's still looking for his first points tonight, isn't he?
Henson?
Yes. I know he missed a couple of early shots.
Yeah, he hasn't scored yet.
Yeah, he has now as he hit the free throw. Yeah, he missed a couple of inside shots in the first half. Into the ball game for Woodlawn is Hayden England, the 5'11 freshman.
That's 3 fouls on Fuchs.
Fuchs led them in scoring the first time they played. He had 18 for Woodlawn the first time these two teams met. McKay will bring it up after the missed free throw for Woodlawn against O'Neill. Tries to dish it down to Rinsky, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Indians. And triggering it in will be Bennett. Bennett inside to Rinsky, slapped around, still loose. And here's the pickup by the Indians. Ahead to Horton, and he lays it up and in on a little finger roll. Dane Horton makes it 28-18, back to a 10-point game. Well, there's one of those transition buckets that Coach Morris said Wayne City needed a lot of tonight. Nice turnaround on the other end by Ray Rinsky. Woodlawn answers back. It's 30-18. Cardinals by 12. Here's Dalton Smith out front for three. He got it. Smith makes it 30-21. It's a 9-point game. 5:55 to go here, third quarter. It was an early start tonight, so if you're just joining us thinking the game is just starting, no, we're in the third quarter. Started early tonight due to weather. Blake McKay, long three won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Woodlawn. Last touch by O'Neill. What are you seeing out there, Billy?
Well, I believe we're going to have more scoring this quarter.
It's picked up.
Yeah, it's really picked up.
Yeah,
Wayne City knows they have to.
Uh-huh.
Woodlawn feels like they've got to answer.
Yeah, business has definitely picked up to start this second half. Wayne City stays in the man-to-man. McKay against O'Neill. Shot inside the lane is good by Hayden England, and timeout is called by Wayne City. 5:10 to play here in the third quarter. It's Woodlawn by 11.
There's that mid-range jumper.
It is. You called it. 32-21 is our score, and we'll be back in just a moment.
105.5 and 90.9 The Vine thanks Wibbles Repair and Sales in McLeansboro for their monthly underwriting support of local Christian radio. They repair small engines and ag equipment, and they sell small engine parts, including oil filters and belts. They have agriculture aftermarket parts, interstate batteries, big truck parts, and truck lighting. As Steel and Husqvarna dealers, they offer a wide variety of chainsaws, trimmers, and cut-off saws. Wibbles Repair and Sales in McLeansboro. Their phone number, 618-648-2227. Open Monday through Friday, Saturdays till noon.
You know, Billy, you were talking about how you don't see too many people put up the mid-range jump shot as a three-pointer is hit by Jackson King for Wayne City, cutting the lead to 8. You don't see too many people put up a mid-range jump shot anymore. I don't think players practice it anymore.
I don't think they do either.
You never see them shoot mid-range jump shots in warm-ups.
No, because they'll take it.
Man, it is raining threes around here.
Raining threes.
Jackson Bennett answers back. 35-24.
Because if you watch the kids, they'll take a step or two back.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. And something else you don't see as much anymore that you used to see back in the 80s and 90s, and even back in my day in the 70s, you don't see as many players shoot the ball off the dribble anymore.
Right.
Players just don't shoot the ball off the dribble much anymore. And that is a blocking foul going to be called along the baseline there against Jackson Bennett. We're in the third quarter, 4:22 left play. It's
Jackson
Cardinals leading it. And that is 3 team fouls on Woodlawn this half. Here's the inbound to Remington Henson. He misses it. Ball hit the bottom of the backboard. Woodlawn comes out of there with it. To McKay. McKay against O'Neill. Leaves it behind him to Hollenkamp. And then to Bennett. Back to McKay. To Bennett again. Again, only one senior on this Woodlawn squad this year.
Well, Heat 21 wanted that one, didn't he?
There's a drive down the lane, and it's off the rim, no good. Rebound out of there by Wayne City as the shot was missed by Bennett. And here comes O'Neill all the way down the paint. Layup is in and out, no good. Rebound Woodlawn. And again, missed opportunities for the Indians. They have missed so many layups tonight. 35-24. McKay inside the lane for the Cardinals. That's blocked from behind by Henson, but he's going to be called for the foul, I believe. So, Mr. Referee, how do you call that one? When he blocks it from behind, the foul is called. Do you think it's because of the body?
From here, it's body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you would have seen if you were on the floor, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how many years did you officiate?
18. And you know what? It is hard not to call a foul on a block from behind. You know, every once in a while you'll get, where it's all ball, and there's maybe 8-10 inches, a foot in between the bodies, but he was riding him on that one pretty good. So
that's Billy Rockett, and I'm Randy Olson. We're glad you're with us here for this Midland Trail Conference battle as the free throws made by McKay. That was 3 fouls, by the way, on Remington Henson as he goes to the bench with that third foul as Travis Dickey's back in the game. There's a shot inside by Jackson King, no good. Rebound Woodlawn. And again, another missed inside shot.
Their cuts and their give and goes are working, but they just can't
get it down.
Can't get it down.
Here's Rinsky.
He doubled.
Yep. Hey, you called it before.
I know.
Your friendly stripe did.
I called it before West did. Maybe he heard me, reckon?
Maybe so. You still walk around with a whistle in your pocket?
No, but the very first game I did this year with Danny, I took a whistle with me and tried to bait him so I could give him one during the game.
Just in case you wanted to use it?
Yeah.
All right. Love it. Here's Dane Horton with it. Little give to Jazell O'Neal. Inside, he scores. 36-26. It's a 10-point game. And again, for as poorly as Wayne City has shot, they're still in this game.
They are.
Down only by 10. We got a lot of basketball left. We're in the third quarter. Here's McKay, top of the key. Bingo, bongo. Another tray for Blake McKay. 39-26. Cardinals by 13. Here's Jackson King trying to answer back. It won't go. He follows his shot and got a little too aggressive that time and is going to be called for the foul.
He ran almost 19 feet to get that rebound.
Yeah.
It's his third.
Well, let's talk about that three-point shot again. You know, they moved the arc back in the college game. I'm really glad they did that. They needed to do that. They did that a few years ago.
You know, you got some of these kids.
Nice layup by Jackson Bennett. He found a seam.
You got some of these kids like McKay out there.
Travis
They're
Dickey.
in range when they get off the bus.
Yes. Yep. That's right. Dickey on the miss. Woodlawn on the rebound. McKay has it. Down to a minute 37 to play here in the third quarter. Woodlawn holding on to a 15-point lead. Rinsky from the wing. He nails it. Everybody getting in on the act for the Woodlawn Cardinals. Raining threes tonight here in Wayne City.
That's 10 threes for Wayne City.
And that's
for Woodlawn.
10 threes. That's amazing.
Threes.
30 of their 44 points have come from behind the arc. 30 of their 44. Well, that'll win you some ball games when you hit 10 threes.
The only thing that I've seen this year that's changed a little bit that I don't care about, and the only reason I don't care about it is as a broadcaster. I don't like the two-hand foul calling on the officials.
Oh, the way that they have to signal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the one where you come up and you go, white 4, 1. That's when you get your breath and you get, you know.
Another bucket for McKay. 20-point lead for the Cardinals. Again, their biggest. We're under a minute to play, third quarter. Lady Foxes survive in their regional game tonight. 51-42. They win it by 9 at DuQuoin.
You know, it seemed not too long ago we was talking about Wayne City only being down by 10 and in this game.
Right. And it's been a 10-0 run since we said that by Woodlawn. 32 seconds left. Here's O'Neal inside the lane. His shot is up, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the charity stripe. Yeah, that's how quick this Woodlawn bunch can fill it up. And they have been filling it up from behind the arc tonight with 10 trifectas.
O'Neal, I'm starting to feel sorry for him. He has worked so hard.
Defensively?
Yes.
Yeah, he's had the assignment tonight of trying to contain Blake McKay, and that's easier said than done.
I'm not sure if it's not rubbed off on his offense a little bit. He's had a lot of bad luck on this offense.
Well, you know, it does. It takes a toll on your legs.
It does.
Yeah. He makes the free throw there. Got them both.
Knocked both of them down.
46-28. And I assume Woodlawn will run it down for the final shot of this third quarter. As Rinsky has it out front. Yeah, a lot of people wondered that after the big run last year by Woodlawn, where they made it to the Super Sectional, and guys that they lost from graduation, what have you, that this might be a rebuilding year for the Cardinals. But such has not been the case, as Coach Gamber has done a great job with this bunch despite the youth. I mean, again, you're talking about a lot of sophomores, a couple of freshmen, and they're doing well, and they're leading it after three quarters here, 46-28. And we'll come back here in just a moment.
Fairfield Memorial Hospital is happy to announce the expansion of Horizon Healthcare to the community of Sisney. The office located on the Sisney Square opens in early 2018. It will offer a wide variety of health services by a dedicated staff who were carefully chosen for the care they are able to offer the citizens of Sisney and Northern Wayne County. Among the health providers who will be seeing patients in Sisney are medical doctor Marla Laficus and certified nurse practitioner Sherry Mavis. Keep listening for details on the opening of Horizon Healthcare's Sisney Clinic in the coming days.
Jaggers Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon provides
We are ready for fourth quarter action here. Live at Wayne City, Randy Olson along with Billy Rockett. Glad you're with us here for this Midland Trail Conference battle as O'Neill takes it baseline and he's fouled and it'll go back to the charity stripe. Woodlawn leads it 46-28. Your observations of that third quarter, Billy? Certainly a 10-0 run by Woodlawn, one of the highlights.
Yeah, that's, like we said earlier, it's 10. At one time, there's only 10 points. I'm like, Wayne City's in this. If they get some shots coming their way, but they go on that 10-0 run, and Wayne City's had to burn some timeouts.
That foul's on McKay. It was his first. It's 5 team fouls on Woodlawn as first free throw is missed by O'Neill and missed a second one too. Tries to chase down the rebound, but instead McKay comes up with it.
We're not keeping track of the miss, but they've missed several tonight.
Yeah. Yes, they have. McKay takes it all the way down the lane and missed the shot. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Woodlawn.
That's Woodlawn.
Yep.
It's Hayden England.
Hayden England, one of the freshman twins, called for the foul. His second. Ball will go the other way with the Indians again. O'Neill inside the paint, comes out to Smith. He'll put up the three ball, missed it. Rebound Rinsky for Woodlawn. Well, you've had a chance to see a fair amount of basketball this year, not only in working games with Danny, but just as a casual fan. And who are some of the better teams you've had a chance to see this year, Billy?
Probably Pinckneyville and Benton are good. Pinckneyville, I tell you what. We did the broadcasting them in Hamilton County, and I thought Hamilton County was playing a Michigan State.
Dalton Smith at the line for the Indians after the foul called against Blake Fuchs of Woodlawn. That's foul number 4 on Fuchs. And he's going to leave the contest, and checking in to replace him will be Jackson Bennett. 46-29, Woodlawn by 17 with 7:05 left.
Them fouls and turnovers get you a place on the pine.
Have you had a chance to see much 1A basketball this year?
No, I haven't. Who hit that last free throw?
Well, you're seeing these guys here tonight. I think you've seen Gallatin County play this year. Drive baseline, and going to be a reach-in foul, and going to the line will be Hayden England.
Yeah, we had Gallatin County and Hamilton County over at Benton.
Here is the lob inside to Bennett and taken away by Jackson King. In transition to O'Neill. O'Neill goes up the layup and it's blocked, but a foul is going to be called against the Cardinals. Well, I know you're a big fan of the El Dorado Holiday Tournament, and the new addition coming to the tournament next year has got a lot of people excited, as the Carterville Lions will be coming.
Carterville Lions are coming in.
Yeah, I think that's a nice addition to the tournament. That means that all 16 teams now at the El Dorado Holiday Tournament are all Southern Illinois teams.
And if I was them, with the popularity of that tournament, I'd sign a lifetime contract.
Well, you know, there are some teams that definitely don't want out. They're there for life. They don't want to go anywhere. Free throw's good. by O'Neill. 46-31, back to a 15-point game. Woodlawn has led by as many as 20. Blake McKay out front, guarded by Remington Henson now on the switch. As Wayne City stays in the man-to-man, they have not played much of their zone trap tonight, simply for the fact that Woodlawn's outside shooting has just been so dominant. They've hit, what, 10 three-pointers tonight? I think that's what you said?
Yeah, there's been 15 in the game.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Woodlawn just trying to take care of the basketball as time is on their side right now. Here's McKay inside, puts up the shot, got the shooter's roll.
Coming over here tonight, I would have never dreamt there'd been 15 three-pointers in here.
Another turnover on the Indians. The ball was kicked by O'Neill, and McKay will bring it up for the Cardinals. 48-31. Cardinals looking for their 18th win of the season against 7 losses, and they want to remain undefeated in the Midland Trail Conference. Chance to improve to 8-0. Wayne City came in at 4-1 in the conference and 17-4 overall. Long shot out front, off the mark, no good. By Hollenkamp, rebound by the Indians. 5:21 left. Smith has it. And he gives it up to Barbie, who's in the game, and back to O'Neill. Carbonetti back in the game. Inside, they try to go to Henson, and there's a reach-in foul going to be called on Bennett. Have you seen many big men, good big men this year, Billy? There just hasn't been as many big men this year, has there?
Not really.
I have not seen that many real effective big men this year. There just aren't those dominant big guys this year that we have seen in years past.
You know, even between Pinckneyville and Carbondale, there's not nobody that's, you know, no big guys.
Yeah. Well, you had a chance to see Bean play from Carbondale.
Yeah.
He's certainly a special player. As Remington Henson at the line makes the first one. That foul against Woodlawn was on Jackson Bennett, his third. Henson with another one.
They claim there's a kid down at Cairo that everybody needs to go look at.
Yeah, Cairo is one team I haven't had a chance to see this year, but I would like to because they're playing some special basketball. And you talk about a team that's played a tough schedule. They've played a lot of 2A schools and beat them.
Oh, yeah.
Even beaten some 3A schools.
And even some from what, Missouri?
Right, they sure have. Yeah, that Cairo bunch is going to be a force to reckon with in postseason in Class 1A. Here's Bennett for three. Missed it.
Well,
Woodlawn with the rebound, though.
Will Meridian and Cairo get stuck in the same regional?
I'm afraid they will, and I wish they would separate them.
I do too. I'd rather see them in a sectional or something.
Yeah, I would too. From a security standpoint, they need to separate them too. Now, back in your days of officiating, is that a game you would want to do? Would you want to do a Meridian Cairo game?
Yeah, I used to do Meridian Century games all the time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking when you walk in. There's
O'Neill comes out of the game for
18 state police officers in the gym.
O'Neill comes out of the game for Wayne City, gets a nice hand from the Indians.
But that was back in the 80s, you know, so things have changed a lot since then.
48-32, we're down to 4:18 left. Woodlawn with a 16-point lead. They led after one quarter 10-5. They led by 13 at half, 25-12. Led by 8 after 3 quarters. But boy, they have turned it on since that time. Or led by 18, I should say, after 3 quarters. As there's a drive and another bucket by Bennett, and he'll go to the line for the and one. Yeah, Wayne City got it down to single digits a couple of times, but then as soon as they do, Woodlawn comes flying right back.
The bigger the game and the closer the game is what I wanted.
Really?
Yep. Because you're always on your toes.
Sure.
And you know you won't miss anything. You take a 16-point game.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get a little lax and you miss something and there's somebody there to critique you.
Right. Dane Horton in underneath, got the shot to fall and drew the foul, and he'll go to the line with 3:46 to play in the game. 50-32 our score. Woodlawn in command. Wayne City still trying to chip away at it, but they're running out of time. Rinsky back in the contest for Woodlawn. That foul was charged on Hayden England, yes. 4th foul on the freshman. Well, again, you look at this youth that Woodlawn has, these sophomores and these freshmen that they have. Future looks bright for the Woodlawn Cardinals.
Yes. And Coach Shane Witzel's had a lot of success over there.
You know, it's tough filling the shoes of somebody like him.
I know.
And the kind of run that he had with the Cardinals. But, you know, great season last year for Coach Brian Gamber. He gets them to the Super Sectional. And having a great run this year. They're about to pick up their 18th win tonight. It looks like they're on their way to another Midland Trail Conference title with a win tonight, as that shot is made by Fuchs, and timeout is called with 3:20 remaining in the ball game. And we'll be back with more in just a moment.
With 10 therapists and over 129 years of combined experience, the Therapy Services Department of Fairfield Memorial Hospital provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy for a broad variety of diagnoses.
We offer a balanced recovery program, cardiac and pulmonary rehab, and for our injured workers, industrial rehabilitation.
I'm so thankful I don't have to travel to receive therapy. It's right here at home.
Fairfield Memorial Hospital, excellence in community health care.
Back at Wayne City High School, Randy Olson along with Billy Rockett. And Billy, Danny was saying earlier that I was only borrowing you tonight, that you have to go back and do games with Danny, that you just, this is a temporary deal with me, I guess?
No, just anytime anybody calls me, I've got all kinds of free time.
Now, Danny, you got to remember, Danny, I was the one that suggested that you call Billy Rockett.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you're here tonight on the broadcast.
Yeah,
Billy.
it's been fun. I've been enjoying it.
Neat perspective from a longtime basketball official. We don't get that perspective many times, so that's cool. Traveling violation there. Well, I guess you can't say he almost traveled. He did travel.
He did travel. That.
Yeah. 52-34, 18-point lead for Woodlawn. They have the basketball as we approach the 3-minute mark. Been a lot of three-pointers tonight by the Cardinals, as they have filled it up as Blake McKay takes it inside, and he's going to be fouled on the reach-in. You know, that's the thing about trying to defend McKay, is that if you come up too close on him, Billy, he can blow by you.
Oh, he can.
As he showed right there. Carbonetti comes off the floor, gets a nice hand from the Wayne City fans. Remington Henson back in. Also got Travis Dickey in there now. Again, Dickey trying to come back from that stress fracture. He was out 3 weeks, and it's just so tough to get back in basketball shape after that. So they're kind of having to bring him along slowly here. 2:45 left. Woodlawn just trying to take care of the basketball, play a little keep away here.
And you know, you can tell that on him because he's got the basketball build.
Yes.
You know, he's got the body. He's built like a basketball player.
Rinsky out to Bennett as Woodlawn continues to play keep away. Fuchs has it now, almost stolen. Back to Bennett. Again, Woodlawn doesn't have to score anymore. They just got to take care of the ball and run the clock out. And that's what they're doing. They're up by 18. And Fuchs is going to be fouled. No, it's called a traveling violation. There was a little bit of contact there. It looks like O'Neal got hit in the face, maybe with an arm or an elbow.
I get tickled, Danny, on them over the back. They call them pushes, you know. I told him, he said, is that right? And I'm like, yeah, it's right. But I said, as an official, well, if anybody knows me, they know I like to talk. You know, you've been around me enough to know I like to talk. And I talk to the boys a lot. I could get them out of a hand check. I could get them out of a, you know. So when you come in with that over the back, on the court, you know, you'll come in like 14 white, you're over the back.
Yeah.
So when you report it, it's a push.
Well, with all the coaches that tried to work you through the years, and I'm sure there were many, how much would you put up with before you finally decided, okay, coach, you've had your say, that's enough?
Not very much when I first started out, but the older I got, you know, it really didn't bother me.
Dane Horton with a layup for the Indians makes it 52-36.
You know, I was the type that I liked the like back in the Rich Herring and Dave Lee days where they meet at the halfway line.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
And I never did really care.
You didn't care about the coach's
no,
box.
but once it's on me, I'm going to look at their feet, and see where their feet's at.
Yeah.
But
that was Rinsky on the layup, 54-36.
And, I did it from 89 to 2007, so I went through some Hall of Fame coaches.
Well, there was some good basketball played during those years,
yeah.
too. So you had a chance to see some good coaches and some good players, good teams.
I did, and they would know how to work you and not get under your skin or on your last nerve. I'd look back at him like, man, I should have just teed him.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't guess so.
Minute left in the ball game. Foul called on Dalton Smith. And we're going to have some wholesale changes here as both teams going to empty their benches in the closing moments of this one. Give them a little chance at some varsity action. And fans from both Woodlawn and Wayne City applaud their players as they come off the floor.
Years ago, me and Bill was at Steelville, and they was playing Columbia.
Uh-huh.
And I'm on the baseline. It was still two-man crew, and I look up, and him and the Columbia coach are talking right at center circle.
Mm-hmm.
And that was back when you had to have 3 technicals to get tossed.
Okay.
And just all of a sudden, this play stopped, and I'm like, what are these guys doing? And I come walking over, and I'm like, are you going to give me any technicals or what?
Blake McKay at the line for the Cardinals. 55-36 with under a minute left. And into the ball game, replacing McKay will be Jackson Tiemann. All right, we'll see if we can get you some names of some of these players that are out there right now. You got Marshall White out there along with Kent Miller for Wayne City. There's a shot off the glass. No good. By Cole Clark. And the ball goes over to Woodlawn. 43 seconds left. Jackson Tiemann has the ball. Works it over in the corner to Alex Mahari. Out front to Devin Kiso. Trying to give everybody a little touch here if they can in the closing seconds of this one. And there's a reach-in foul that's going to be called on Cole Clark with 17 seconds left. And that's going to send Alex Mahari to the line. He's another freshman for the Cardinals. 56-36 is our score. Well, I think that a lot of people thought this would be a much closer game. I know I did. But Woodlawn has shot the lights out tonight, particularly from behind the arc, Billy.
Yes, they have. I didn't dream with this many threes.
Meanwhile, Wayne City has missed a lot of bunnies tonight, as both free throws are made by the young freshman. 58-36. Long three from the corner by Clark. Won't go. Battle for the rebound. And there's a traveling violation. It's coming out of there. Lance Wenzel walked with the ball. They'll give it back to Wayne City with 6 seconds left. Woodlawn's going to improve to 18-7 overall. Wayne City going to fall to 17-5 as a shot put in out front. And that's going to be the ball game. Your final score, a 20-point victory for Woodlawn. They win it 58-38. 58-38 is the final. Woodlawn Cardinals remain undefeated in the Midland Trail Conference. They improved to 8-0 in conference play. Wayne City falls to 4-2. We'll come back and take a look at the stats and kind of wrap this one up here from Wayne City in just a moment here live on AreaSports.net.
Are you going out of town for a vacation or a weekend getaway? What are you going to do with your dog? That's easy. There's Jaggers Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon. Jaggers Doggy Daycare is your one-stop shop for overnight dog boarding, doggy daycare, as well as dog grooming and obedience dog training. It's your dog's home away from home, and they will thrive, and they'll get one-on-one attention by a great staff. More information is available on the web at jaggersdoggydaycare.com. Jaggers Doggy Daycare, 414 Main Street in Mount Vernon.
See. The old saying goes, nothing beats free. People's National Bank agrees. Free checking is just that, free. you get free paper statements. Your first box of checks are free. Unlimited check writing plus free access to over 25,000 ATMs nationwide with the MoneyPass network. If you like free, and we think you do, stop by People's National Bank today and open your free checking with only $100. People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois farmers and businesses since 1909. Member FDIC.
Back here at Wayne City High School, it's a final. Woodlawn Cardinals dominate Wayne City tonight, winning it by 20 points, 58-38. Let's recap it for you. Woodlawn led after one quarter, 10-5. They led it at half, 25-12. Cardinals led after three quarters, 46-28, and they win it by 20, 58-38. Billy, your thoughts on the contest?
Well, I think that it all goes back to the player of the game, don't you?
Yeah, and no doubt who that is.
Blake McKay ended up with 26 points and 5 trays, and he had 5 free throws to go along with that. Ray Shrinsky had 9 for the victorious Cardinals. Jackson Bennett 14, Hayden England 2, Blake Fuchs 5, Alex Meharry 2. For the Wayne City Indians, they had a balanced scoring, but they just come up short on the stick.
Missed a lot of bunnies tonight.
They did. O'Neill 6, King 6, Horton 6, Dalton Smith 8, Carbonetti.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had 5. Nate Barbie 2. And Remington Henson 2. And then that last bucket, I forgot who. I didn't see who got it. I was totaling up when.
So nobody in double figures for Wayne City. Yeah.
No, Dalton Smith had 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when you have a kid like Blake McKay that scores 26 points, okay, you spotted the team 26 points right off the bat.
You know, we've seen a lot of good sophomores throughout Southern Illinois this year. We saw some good sophomores during the El Dorado Holiday Tournament when we did a lot of games down there. But you got to put Blake McKay up there as one of the more talented sophomores that you'll see in Southern Illinois this year.
He is. I'm glad I got to see him this year.
Yeah, he's got a bright future here for the Woodlawn Cardinals, and of course they're not done yet. I mean, they've got business they want to take care of. I mean, it looks like they're on the cusp of winning another Midland Trail Conference tournament championship and conference regular season championship. But hey, they want to get back to postseason and go make a deep run like they did last year to the Super Sectional.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody did. They still have to play Weber? Do you know? I don't know if anybody else could knock them off, but maybe if they got
I'll
Weber
have to check the schedule
something.
to see if they've got.
I looked at it today and I forgot
I thought they had already played Weber.
They could have.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, it's been a special night of shooting for the Woodlawn Cardinals, and defensively they did a good job too, forcing a lot of turnovers and jumping in those passing lanes.
15 threes between the two teams.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
The turnovers was down in the second half, but you could tell as the lead grew. The whole gym relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Kind of took the energy out of the building, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it really did. Billy, hey, we appreciate you being on the broadcast tonight. It's been fun.
I've had a ball. It's like when I tell Danny, I said, man, I have a blast doing this.
Well, let's do it again real soon, despite what Danny says.
Okay, we'll do it. All you got to do is just give me a holler. I'm always ready.
All right.
Yeah.
Again, the final score here from Wayne City. Woodlawn wins it by a score of 58-38. And for Billy Rockett, this is Randy Olson saying thanks for watching and so long from Wayne City. Good night.